Well, branding is a key, because if your brand's not known, it doesn't matter how good your product is. Okay, so you've got to have a perception out there that has significance, and it is. And again, the old man who's 92, who's taught me a lot, he said to me one day in the early days, he says, listen, don't rush around without thinking. He says, if the tap drips, the bucket will fill. Now, if you analyse that, he's saying, be steady, don't give up, keep chipping, because eventually you'll get there. So we did that from a marketing point of view and any other point of view. And here's the other thing that's very significant is, if you don't have a brand that has strength, you are subject to the uncontrollables. Now we, touch wood, we are a strong brand that can surf any type of ocean. And that's only because we're well known and we've stayed true to our disciplines. And the marketing had to be also a key component, but it also had to be marketing that was in trend, e.g. back those days it was radio, newsprint, local papers. Now it's social media is the real significant component. But we do still there's still power in radio. Radio's got a lot of power, and that's a good branding avenue. And again, people want to advertise for a day or two or a week or a month, and they expect to change their business. The business needs commercial patience, and that's what generally doesn't exist out there. Commercial patience is key, fundamental to having a viable commercial, especially in restaurants, a commercial viable restaurant. You need commercial pay, because eventually it happens if you just believe in your habits, and your discipline habits is more important than just habits, because you do it every day, eventually you fall in love with it. Well, with the Lobster Cave, we serve primarily Australian and New Zealand product of high end. So these are the Jassis edwardsi species, which is the famous southern rock lobster, which is worldwide sought after. Now they're expensive, especially certain times of the year where the fishing has the weather restrictions, fishing restrictions. So irrespective, what we try and do is we try and be reachable for all budgets. So you can spend $500-600 on a platter with 2 whole lobsters and all the knickknacks and paddywhacks, or you can come in and have a beautiful piece of aged grain-fed steak with a lobster tail on top, and it's going to cost you $60. Now, we're the only restaurant of celebration and occasion status and specialty status that still, perhaps, when I say the only, I don't know for that for sure, but we are one of the few that has the facility to offer customers BYO wine, no corkage. And that means that we know what we do, we know how we do it, but our why, our differentiation is, hey, we know we're not cheap if you hit the top end export grade product, but we'll soften the load for you. You want to bring 2 or 3 bottles of wine, we don't really care. We'll serve it for you. We'll give you fresh glasses. We'll decanter. We'll do the whole thing. So it's just about understanding the market, understanding the real meaning of business. And that is not about just transacting. It's about engaging, and it's about tattooing people's head, not their body, their head with your brand. And that is a very special attribute that not many businesses have.
You came from a different SMS marketing provider. What made you depart from your previous one? And in your search for a new one, what made you eventually choose to work with Cellcast?
Absolutely, Will. So we're all about evolving and change. So we always put ourselves out there and look for businesses that are going to do better for us. So basically, we thought that this was a great platform for us to have a look at, and it seems to be working so far. So we have a database of around 100,000 people, and we find that not only are your prices fantastic and very comparable, we also find the service of dealing with the people that we're dealing with fantastic. So at the moment, we're probably sending around 3 to 4 campaigns a week. It is a lot, yes,
How
but
do you-
we've got it at a good price, so we're happy with that. We're unique in who we are, and our database is very large. We've got the width there to be able to do that without sending out too many at once to the same person. So we find that the rate that we've been given at the moment, it's working for us very well. So therefore, it's giving us that flexibility of sending more when we need to. We're a restaurant. We see, between 100 to 200 covers a night. We want a full house every night. So our goal is to fill the restaurant. Yes, certainly will. So it depends on our numbers for that day, but generally how we run our SMS campaigns is we would send it out in lots, so 10,000, another 10,000, 20,000. So we might send 4 over a period of a week that equates to our whole database, which is 100,000 people. So we could be sitting at a restaurant at around 60. By the end of the night, we might have 120, 160. So that's a great outcome for us because we might get inundated. And that'd be a great problem to have. Yeah, so I think the list cleansing is fantastic, how that automatically happens. The people, fantastic to work with. And also too, I think it's a great price point. Yes, I think being in the business for 36 years and the Lobster Cave has been here because they've evolved. So they've dealt with other really great companies and really great network of people. And I feel that Cellcast have that network of people. I feel like it's an easy platform to jump onto. It's user-friendly and it's giving us the results that we want. So it's never too late in business to have a look at all your options. Once you grow a database and you establish yourself, then you can achieve anything with a wonderful company like Cellcast. It's actually like 2 companies coming together that complement one another.
Fantastic.